What's going on, everyone? Yes, today is another toy review, and yes, the man that stands in front of you is Noctis. Now, this character is from the upcoming Final Fantasy 15, and he is one of 4 characters of the story. He is one of the main characters, actually, and I think he is the main character, probably. But it is a total of 4 characters you get to play with, and they're pretty much protecting this guy in front of you. Now, this figure here is made by PlayArts Kai. So, that being said, we do know PlayArts Kai have the tendency to fuck up pretty badly. But in most cases, when it's their title or something of a figure under their company, they normally do an outstanding job. So, as always, this figure here is more than likely will be outstanding. So let's go ahead and jump into the review and see what Noctis has to offer. So as always, let's look at a full 360 view of the character and see the details. So PlayArts Kai never really fall short when they come down to detailing their figures. They do really, really well, especially Final Fantasy toys. They do extremely well. And I really picked this figure up just because I was like, you know what? Haven't had a Final Fantasy figure. He looked pretty straight for the most part. And fuck it, why not? So I picked him up, and to be honest with you, first views of him is actually really, really nice. He's really, really well done. The details is definitely there. Nothing falls short in paint job. Looks great, actually. What I'm really looking forward to is the Final Fantasy 7 remake figures. That is definitely on the list to get. Outside of that, I don't really buy PlayArts no more. That's why you really haven't seen no PlayArts Kai reviews, just because I kind of made a vouch to myself. 1, money-wise, and then 2, I just got sick of all the headaches I kept going through with their figures, breaking, shitty customer service, things of that nature. So I kind of like just stopped purchasing their stuff. But every now and then they do kind of sucker me in, and I end up buying something from them just due to the fact it's either a childhood toy or just something too good for me to kind of pass up. But since Metal Gear has ended, I'm not really concerned no more, because now I don't have to really buy nothing from them like that. So Final Fantasy is really the last on the list coming from this toy line that I'm waiting for. Alright, so that's a full 360 view. Noctis stands about 10.5 to 11 inches tall. To give you a size comparison real quick, that is a 1/6 scale figure. So he's supposed to be 12 inches tall exactly. Both standing side by side. So that should give you an idea that this figure is not a short figure. Alright. As for accessories, Noctis doesn't come with too much. He actually comes with only 2 weapons and 3 set of hands. The hands that you will receive is clearly the ball fist hands, of course. One without a glove, which is sculpted actually really nicely. And then you have one with a glove. And you can see like the variations, but it's really nicely sculpted. So you get the ball fist, you get 2 expression hands, a right and a left. Really nicely sculpted. You can even see the nail bits right there. Look really, really nice. The buckle on it, the lines in the glove, looks really good. Here's the basic hand. Nothing really special, just a bland hand, same exact pose, nothing different. Alright. You get the holding hands for the weapons. Same thing goes. Same great paint job on the glove. Skin one, pretty bland, pretty basic, nothing major. But that's his skin tone anyway, so you don't really have nothing to really be concerned about. So it's befitting. And putting his weapons in his hand, one sword is really easy. One sword is a pain in the ass. So just be careful. You don't want to break nothing. I'm probably say be more careful with the sword versus his hand, because his hand is a softer PVC, where the swords are more hard plastic. So just be careful with that. But I will say, as for the design work and the details, this shit is bananas. They do such a great job. Really, really nicely crafted. I don't know these swords' names, so please forgive me. I haven't played the demo. I might end up getting the game. I don't know yet, but I just thought the character was pretty dope, so I picked them up. This is the other one. Really nicely crafted. And I really like this little, it almost reminds me of Materia from Final Fantasy VII. Got the bike handle, the brake. It's pretty dope. Really, really dope. Alright, so that's the weapons you get. Now, as for articulation dealing with Noctis, it's pretty basic. Nothing too major that we haven't already seen before, but it's well done. You're going to get head on a ball joint, neck is on a ball joint, tilt about that far that way, about that far that way, look down all the way pretty well. His hair can get in the way of him looking up, so you have to make sure you tuck his hair inside his collar, then push up. You get about that much. Not too much, just a little tilt. Okay. He can get his full rotation on the head. On the neck will move, but sometimes it gets hindered by the collar. That's not a big deal because the head can still move on its own. So that's that going on. Over here you have a hinge on a peg. His arm goes about that far out. Depending on how the arm is set, it can get in the way of the jacket, and you will try to bend the arm or lift the arm, and it might actually stop. So you might just have to move the arm around just a tad bit just to get it just right. You can't do a full 360 going all the way around that way. He do have a swivel cut right at the sleeve, which is really well hidden. Most time you won't use that swivel just due to the fact that his arm actually rotates at the elbow pretty damn good. So there's kind of no reason to actually move up here. Plus, it's more likely going to be too stiff to even move in the first place. As for the wrist, on a standard peg, hinge, full range. Nothing hindering that. On his stomach, or in the solar plex area, he can actually bend it is on a ratchet, and he can get pretty far down, which is really, really nice actually. I think the last time I seen something with this much articulation, because most of the time most toys have a lot of things going on, so it kind of prevents the toy to actually get its full posability out of it due to like armor or whatever. I would probably say Zetman. Zetman's still one of my favorite Play Arts Kai that kind of give you that range to pose any type of way. He has to be like third in line, because after that I think it's Spike from Cowboy Bebop. That was the other figure that I must say had a lot of range to it. But yeah, he can get a nice bend forward. Going back, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass, just due to the fact that the way his jacket sits kind of prevents it. So he probably could, but the jacket just gets in the way, so you're not gonna really be able to pull that off. At the waist, let me go ahead and bring this camera down a bit. At the waist, you can get a rotation. You can actually go all the way around if you like. His shirt is a soft PVC, so it doesn't hinder nothing for the most part. You can still get a great lean. So even if you add that lean and this, he's going to get pretty low further as bending forward. What's nice about it as well, he has 2 hinge pegs right here, so his jacket can actually pose, can flare out a bit, pretty much just like how Vicious was on the Cowboy Bebop toy. Same rules apply. So that works really, really nice. All right, going down to his leg, great range, can practically do the splits. So no problem there. You can rotate at the hip. Kicking forward, it's pretty damn strong. Like I said before, definitely up there with Zetman and Spike. Really nicely done. Oh, matter of fact, love the knee design. As always, PlayArt's Cow, when it comes to their own toys, they do really good. It's a nice smooth transition, not no really big bulging piece of plastic. I've seen some hidden a little bit better than this, but I still prefer this style. At least it's still a lot more hitting than most, so it's done pretty well. Going down further, now I don't think he doesn't. He doesn't have no lower rotation in this area. You can rotate at the ankle. You can go about that far up, that far down. You can also pivot. There you go. You can get really a wide stance out of it, like so. Okay, and that's just really changing the angle of the joint itself. You do have a rotation at mid-foot. Okay, so that is all the articulation dealing with Noctis. And like I said before, PlayArts, when they doing Square Enix stuff, because clearly that's their stuff, they do really, really a great job. I must say, everything they kind of put out when it comes to their stuff rarely have issues. You don't have too much to worry about. You're going to get a solid figure out of them most of the time. So if you really thought about picking this figure up, I'm going to say, if you're a fan of the game, or you think you're going to be a fan of the game, pick him up. It's a great figure. It's actually a really great figure. I don't have no complaints. So that is my review of Final Fantasy 15 Noctis. Hope y'all enjoyed the review and continue to collect. And please check out more videos and share. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Y'all take care.